videographer.
You are now about to witness the awesome, crushing night of the Eugene S. Robinson Show. Stomper! Welcome, my friends, to a show that seemingly apparently never ends. Sorry, I got schmutz on it. Yeah, yogi. This is version number of three. Or 9. Oh yeah, bro. I'll give it to you. Yeah, look at this Tommy Pound in for the show. In for a penny, in for a pound. Here we go. You guys now know too much. When I go on different days, you never know when I'm going to be there. Is it high voltage? Yes. Nice to see you again here, man. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. So let's let Bob Riley sing it like he has every single week since 2007. Shout out to Intro All of Nothing. The band is called Stigmata. Still available, this CD in Revelation Records in Huntington Beach, California. You hit your car with a hammer, see your death at nightclub, and run your mayor pro down our town. Start a mediocre restaurant in second floor. That's hell. Listen well.
I'm on my way back to nowhere. I took my time but I could not see too clear. Now I'm taking a real good look at you. Now I'm taking a real good look at your face. I'm on my way back to there far. So please pay back and forward nothing.
All right. Actually, the rest of the CD is quite good. These guys were like 17 when they put it out. I listened to it. I was like, oh my God, gotta sign them. And I said, I'll pay. Let's see, I'll pay for the studio time. I'll put the record out. I'll give you a room. You're out on your own for board and airfare. And they went and did it. But I'm not gonna go over there yet. Listen, I've been laughing about this. We'll go back in time a little bit. We're going to get into this later. For those who are too late, you'll have to remind them. But right now, we got to start with some other stuff. First of all, I'm discombobulated by time. I need to apologize. I don't know what I'm apologizing for, but I was in the park with the kid and the wife, and one of you, thank God, he used the, yeah, man. The guy was living in Crescent Circle, or Crescent Park. What is it called? Crescent what? Crescent Park. The guy made $9.2 million a year. His wife made 2.4. Pippin ain't easy. Hey, well, it's fruitful apparently. So I'm in the park with the kid, and one of you put the phone number to good use, versus the ones none of you put it to bad use. Said, hey, we're just in the chat room. Where are you? It's like, oh, am I supposed to be somewhere now? They go, yeah, the show. Don't know what I knew something. Yeah, thank you, man. I knew something was going on because usually the green light shows as long as when it's waiting for me. And there was no green light showing. And I go, I was guy, well, whatever. So when you logged in, did you just see my room for like an hour? Was that all you saw? Or did you see nothing? Anyway, doesn't matter. The right time, I'm at 2:30. The computer set itself up. The computer set itself up. I don't know what weird stuff has been happening to me all day today. The windows on the side mirrors on the car, not really working right. Oh, so just a thumbnail with the wheel gun. Okay. All right. Just the wallpaper. All right, who knows what. Anyway, I'm here now. And this was a time I fully intended to be here because the kid is relaxed. She's eating. I've been running the park. And even with the jet lag, she's about 3 hours ahead. So New York time, she's still at about 5:30. So she's not super tired and going nuts. So we're doing okay. She put this on me and I forgot I have it on and I've been wearing it all around and people like talking to me. And guy says to me, are you king for a day? I said, I'm king for a day every day. And things around here are going to change a bit. And the guy like tried to play it off. And I was like, you're on my list. This was the waiter in the restaurant. But he wasn't the waiter who would actually spit in your food. This was the guy who controlled the waiters. So I felt like I was doing a Fight Club thing. Anyway, let's go back in time. Yeah, there was a picture of me holding a gun. That's a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. They could blow your head clean off. Now you ask yourself, do you feel lucky? Or do you punk? That's it. That's the Clint Eastwood thing. That's the closest I get. So last week, this time, I need a calendar. Yeah, Model 29, baby. You know it. The best kind. So let's see. Last week, this time, today is the 1st. I was, where was I? Oh, man, I'm an old guy. This is what happens. So last week, this time was, the the 25th. So 25th. So I was still back east. So I did it from a hotel room. I think the kid was sleeping. I just need to get some perspective as to what happened now. And also Mr. RP has asked me to tell a story that I'm not sure that I don't think I told last week. Well, you can't Donna Shalala me on the show, but did I tell you about the German story? Somebody say, I'll keep it short if I did, because RP hasn't heard it. Said you got to tell it at least again. I'll give the brief Reader's Digest version. Did I tell it last week? I don't remember. It was a daze to me. Made it back to California in one piece. First show did back in Cali would be If the Shoes Fit on Tuesday. We took the week off for Bad Boss Brief because of the birthday. Stephanie's got a birthday on the 21st, and mine, for those of you in the knows, it's 28th. But I've made it go 3 days. You have to know there's a method to the madness because I don't need the world knowing the exact day. Like all people, oh, you crazy, Eugene, you're crazy. Like me, like switching the numbers, inverting the numbers, spelling my name slightly wrong. I'm defeating the system. You know, people go, oh, you get that. They know where you are. They know where you are. Oh, yeah? Well, when the FBI came looking for me, they asked me about this fugitive, this financier fraudster, Carlos Watson. They couldn't find me. Why? Got lots of addresses, lots of spellings, can't find the exact number. That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay, yeah, okay. So I did tell a story. So RP, I'll tell you jujitsu. Just show up at jujitsu. I'll tell you. I told it there again too, but you know, those guys, they'll just be happy I'm telling a jujitsu story and not another disgusting gangbang story. They'll be happy. So RP, I'll tell you at jujitsu because these guys, I've heard it already. Because I did it with the accents and everything. I'll do it with the accents. You know, the thing is, what somebody made mention of is like, and I thought about this for 2 seconds.
I'm a huge Oxbow fan.
It was on If the Shoes Fit, not here. Okay, good. So then I'll tell you briefly. So Brandenburg, new airport. Usually it's Tegel. Tegel is like a homey airport. Brandenburg is a big fancy one. You know, very confusing. There are 4 levels of security when you go through to get to planes in America. I go, maybe things are heated up in America. I didn't know. Get to the last one. The guy goes, take off your jacket. I go to jacket pockets. They're empty. You know, I don't know why they did. Take off the jacket. I'm there with the kid. And the guy take off the jacket, and I see the Middle Eastern cat, who the pat-down guy, smirking. And he goes over and whispers something to the cop, and I know 100% what it is, right? You remember, if your past history is any indication, I'm a big guy. I was into Manichaeism for a certain period of time. The body was divided into good and evil. The right side was good. The left-hand path was bad. I got a big demon, devil, satanic figure wrestling with a swastika on the left forearm. And nobody ever sees, apparently, the demon. In fact, when Jeff Whitehead, also known as Rest from Leviathan, went to put the tattoo with everybody in the tattoo parlor rebelled, wanted me thrown out. And Jeff said, fuck you. It's Eugene. Well, I'm doing it. And so he did it. I've not ever had any problem. I had one problem where some show promoter in Germany starts screaming at me. And I said, hey, your problems with your country and your country's history have nothing to do with me, you dumbass. And then I looked at my tour manager, go, where are we staying tonight? And he goes, her house. So I had not a very comfortable night of sleep that night with one eye open. So the guy's like, this is serious, but I'm still in my New York frame of mind. I go like, hey, we are good to cut off my arm. What is it? Given the history of your country, we cut him. And the guy's, now he's on the shoulder walkie-talkie. So I know it's serious, but I'm still a New York guy. And he's like, what do you say? The second thing he said, it's against the law in Germany. I said, yeah, I know. And he goes, I'm like, I am pitching the bitch. I'm like arguing, like thinking I'm covered. My ass is covered by the U.S. Constitution. And then the guy finally he asked a question that got me nervous. And the question he got me was, how long have you had your coat on? I didn't understand the question. I didn't understand where he was going with it. But given how much time he was talking on the walkie-talkie and my rudimentary German, that things were going from bad to worse. And at that point, two guys come out of the wings in uniform. I don't know where they came from. They didn't hear them. They were like, it's like that special song, Monkey Man. I never saw them. I only heard them. They were there. And then the guy goes, I said, listen, I got into the car in Poland with this very jacket on. The only time I've taken it off is when coming through security. The 3 other security checks where there was never a problem, now there's a problem. The 20 people left to get on the plane, and the plane is like there. And, I'm keeping the chatter happy and nice with the kid, but she's used to hearing me talk, talk smart to people anyway, so he's not bothered by it. But then the guy hears Poland, and he gets back on the walkie-talkie, except for the other 2 cops who go, Poland? What were you doing in Poland? I go point to her. She's Polish, and they start talking to her in Polish without missing a beat. She's fluent, full conversations, can translate back and forth quite easily. She's talking to them and they start glowing and they're talking. And then the guy on the shoulder thing is like, he's going to put me in the gray room, put my kid in foster care, separate me from the kid, which is exactly what they would have done. And he's like, listen, next time, just wear a long sleeve shirt or to put a Band-Aid or do something. And I was like, and I wouldn't let it go at this point. I realized I was out of trouble. There were like 10 people left to get on the plane. I go, listen, given that I'm an African-American, you understand the history of African-Americans in America, as well as internationally here. What do you think is going on? And he goes, I don't know. I don't hazard a guess. I'm just following the law. I go, yeah, I've heard that before. And he's like, you went to Poland. And then I finally got it. Like he thought I was on some pilgrimage to Treblinka or Auschwitz-Birkenau and I was like, no, man, no. So got on the plane, 10 people left, got on the plane, made it out of the gray room, saved by the kid. So we go to New York, do the book tour. Everything's hunky-dory. She's selling books like to beat the band. I said, hey, kid, hey, always get the money. Every person you give a book to, you come back with the money, you little chiseler. That's it, because she understands chiseler. So she bring me the money and did it right. It wasn't tons of people. I think 56 people in New York. There were probably 20 in DC, 20 in Boston, and about 24 in Rhode Island. Got paid $500 for the Rhode Island show. Sold about $200 worth of books in each place. The reality of it was nobody on the rest of the planet at that time sold more of these books than I did. So I doubt Amazon was selling that many books. I had to leave some in New York, but the kid was great. I don't know why I ever did. Well, usually if it's music, it's too late for the kid to be awake. But I enjoyed myself immensely because it's isolating and lonely book touring. If you don't know, it's just you in the car with books and a whole raft of strange thinking. And even though she was there to talk with me a lot of the time, she slept some of the time. And that's where the Substack came from. Because, of course, I was threatened with a lawsuit prior to the Boston show. And you have to understand that the woman that wrote the threatening letter had a couple of interesting things to say. And of course, that's right. You said you were going to. You did it. Good for you. Legarata, good for you, man. That makes me totally happy. Thank you. Yeah, Virgos, we're the best. Okay, now, wise ass. The over 61. All right, so we'll see you. Well, look what you made me do! Don't die, mommy, don't die. My throat.